kids will adapt. For them, this is normal. For us, it is our normal. And we are the ones panicking and worrying and, being anxious, and we're transferring this anxiety onto them. I think we need to just trust and hope, faith, and just think that this too will pass. Otherwise, if you're going to transfer all our anxiety to them, it's not going to be very nice.
My guest tonight is Kiran Manral, who is an Indian author. She's based in Mumbai. She published her first novel, The Reluctant Detective, in 2011. Karmic Kids, her first nonfiction work, is an introduction to parenting based on her own experience of raising a son.
Because just yesterday, my son came up to me and he said, "Will it ever get okay?" And that scared me, because I said, why is he not sure that a vaccine will come out, that, things will open up, we'll go back to normal. They've been reading stuff, they've been listening to news, they've been seeing stuff, they've been researching stuff, so they are anxious as well. I think we need to really cut down our anxiety and try not to.
But there's also, because they're spending so much time online and there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation out there. What sort of, psychological impact, what they're reading is having on them? Like, how do we deal with that?
What I do and what I think works for me is by having conversations and to, take the conversation straight on and address whatever fears they have to the best of one's knowledge. And it's okay to say that I don't have all the answers right now, but I can, Google up or ask experts or try and get you answers to something that you may be worried about and you may not know, and I may not know. But try to get the facts out there. Let's discuss, what is the status on the research for the vaccine? Is there hope? How soon can we have a vaccine? If we don't get a vaccine, let's talk to them. I think kids are very sensible, and if they have all their facts in place, they can make informed decisions and they can decide for themselves what can happen.
And Kiran, there's one thing. I mean, for when we talk about working mothers in India, there are various groups of working mothers, right? I mean, like some mothers have a lot of help, some mothers don't have any help at all. Some are privileged, some can afford help. Some women who could afford help, but the help is not being able to come now. So the degree of how hard it was to balance life and work differed from one mother to another mother. But now I think every mother is at home and they are required to do all of this, looking after food and cooking, and while also trying to get some work done. And how do you I mean, how do you look at that? Like, there is sort of an uniformity suddenly.
It's been a good learning lesson for me. I don't work full time anymore. I'm just I do projects now. I sort of gave up full time work a little while ago. So there is work, so to speak, but it isn't work that requires to be done every day. It's work I can do at my own pace and time. So I'm privileged also in that, Nilanjana, to be
Yeah,
honest.
sure. Yeah.
There is no pressure of, Zoom being available for Zoom meetings along with an entire team. There is no pressure to deliver specific things on specific days. There's no day-to-day pressure on me per se, but I know mothers who are struggling because suddenly the boundaries between work-life balance have blurred completely. And work from home has meant so much more than, just they're putting in much more work than they were actually putting in at office.
With the fact that you have to be spending time in a closed space with your family members.
It's a weekly podcast where you can listen to fellow mothers and how they're coping with this COVID-19 pandemic.
There's a lot of anxiety around things like, what happens next.
They've got to be working from home. They're still probably doing all of the meal preparation and things and helping their children to study.
This pandemic is going to take a huge toll on women.
I'm constantly overwhelmed. In a single day, I'm interrupted at least 20 times an hour. The constant demand on your time, the constant demand on, at the end of the day, I'm the glue that holds my family together.
I really was pampered and privileged to the extent that I didn't know much of where the things were in my kitchen and where the spices were kept and stuff like that. And so now it's been, now that the cook is not coming in, it's been a learning experience for me as well. So in that sense, the challenge has been there. The challenge has been there to change my routine, my writing routine, and around the needs of the household and the needs of actually keeping the domestic stuff flowing. It's not been so much of a struggle per se. The struggle has been for me to get used to doing the domestic stuff because I did absolutely nothing before. So that has been the primary struggle. And after I think the point in time, after I think the first few 15 days of lockdown or so, one fell into a routine and one realized, chores that one had to do, the chores that one allotted, tasks that would be done. And now it's bouncing along pretty smoothly. That's what.
And how are you planning your days now?
I don't plan my days at all because every day is different. In the sense, yes, you're stuck at home and every day is the same. But in terms of deliverables, there are different deliverables work-wise every day. So one day it might be a column. One day I may just be sitting and working on a project. One day I may be doing terrible research, listening to focus group discussions and stuff. Some days I may be, working on a commission book. Someday I may just be trying to get some ideas together. So that way, work-wise, everything is different. So I am fitting in my work in between domestic chores right now, to be honest. And I'm not pressurizing myself to be productive, to learn a new skill, to start making wonderful dishes or to learn a new language. Or, a lot of things I'm feeling terribly inadequate because people are doing all sorts of wonderful things I see on social media.
What have you been missing the most, during this quite prolonged lockdown?
Alone time. I think all of us, no matter how much we love our families, all need some alone time. So I think that is something that one misses. But I make up for it. I go and sit down in a little corner in the living room and read whatever I want to read. So that's there. What I have been missing is also going out, with the family, and just something as simple as going out for a family lunch to a restaurant. That seems so far away and so distant a memory. Meeting my mom. I haven't met my mom in over 2 months now, so now I'm really missing her. These are little things one never really thought about back then, and took so much for granted. But now they seem like you don't know when it's going to happen.
Before all of this, we were very productive, sort of, we were always trying to make every hour of the day count. Did you ever feel like that?
I think I was trying to do too much and I was pushing myself towards burnout, which was really not required because at the end of the day, I think one should really step back and look at what makes you happy and do the things that makes you happy. And
have you had any bad days as yet? I mean, days when you think that, how do I sort, how do I, incomplete thoughts?
There have been days when it's just overwhelmed me. I mean, I can't believe the number of vessels that come out of our house when we are cooking food.
And the amount of food people eat.
It doesn't feel like so much food when you make it, but when you're doing the vessels, it's like one mountain and it just buries you under it. And just finished, the floor has just been done, and then again 5 minutes later, like the dust balls all over the place. And what is happening out here? It's total conspiracy against you. Those are the days. It's like you feel like, oh God, after 2 days the dust levels will just be the same. Just let it be.
Yeah.
The third day you think, oh God, no, this can't be done. So you get back to normal programming. So there are days where you feel like let it just be. It doesn't, you just indulge yourself. You don't have to do anything today. And let's keep work on the back burner and just chill. And I think it's okay to let oneself enjoy that day or give into that mood. And self-care is very important. A lot of us keep pushing ourselves to do. And somewhere along the way, what we feel like and what our emotions and our anxieties are put on the back burner. And this can all build up. So I think when you're feeling a little low, acknowledge the fact that you're feeling low. Give yourself the space and the wherewithal to, cocoon yourself, to insulate yourself, to heal yourself, so to speak. And it's okay. Everybody, all have our good days and our bad days. And these days are different days. These are days we've never lived in all our lives. Our parents have never lived in all their lives. Just, sort of heal, be protective of ourselves and those we love through it all.
I mean, we are in the middle of a pandemic, there are so many things that will change, even post the crisis. And to worry about, how things were, or, I mean, it's kind of...
We can't change what we're going through. There's nothing you can do. You have to go through the storm, and the person you will emerge on the other side of the storm will not be the same person who went into the storm. So that is going to happen, and we just have to accept the fact that we will be changed, our lives will be changed, the circumstances will be changed. We will emerge into a very different kind of a world from which, from the beginning of this pandemic breaking out. Hopefully not too different, fingers crossed if we can find cures. But this has been, I think, a once in a lifetime kind of a event for all of us. And yes, we will be anxious, and yes, we will be wondering what kind of changes we will have to go through, how work will change. There are job losses, there are economy recessions happening. There's so much of crisis, financial crisis that's going to unfold over the next few months. And there is that fear. What is to be done? We just have to grit our teeth and go through with it. And just hope that we'll emerge okay at the other end of it all.
I just feel like every time I want to plan something, I'm like, oh, but what's the point? And then I tell myself that that's a great thing that I don't actually have to plan. I mean, we keep saying take each day as it comes, but we actually did just the opposite. We are doing that now.
Absolutely. I think take each day as it comes is a beautiful piece of advice to give oneself. And I'm really glad that, you brought this up, because in a pandemic, in a situation like this, it seems pointless to plan forward. And, by planning forward and by looking forward and by being so focused on the future, I think a lot of us gave up on our present. We're in a place of privilege. There's a roof over one's head. There's food on the table. People are in such dire situations. So I think I should count my blessing. It's a wonderful learning lesson for all of us that, live in the moment, do what's best for you.
It's time to say goodbye now. I will be back again next week with another guest. Till next week, stay well, stay safe, everyone.